All right, here with Field Drexal McAmis after their 6-3 win here in Ravenna, Drexal. Let's talk about the win. It was a heck of a defensive performance by you guys.
Yeah, so we came out first drive. We talked about it all week. We wanted the ball. We knew they usually ran like a 3 front on defense, and we were able to capitalize and obviously score that first drive. And then they went to 5 and 6 front, which obviously is trying to stop our run. So we just had to go off that, and obviously our defense, that's been our rock all year. And I mean, man, we stepped up today.
So you had a tough game last week against Streetsboro. They're obviously a very good team. Did you feel kind of a sense of urgency to come out tonight and have a big game and kind of carry the load for your guys?
Yeah, I mean, I think we were attacked very quickly against Streetsboro, which we knew was going to happen, but we just had some stupid mistakes, and before you knew it was 21-0. So we had to get out of our game plan and throw a lot more than we usually do, and that didn't work. So we tried to really run the ball and stay at 2 this week. I mean, they had a 7 front. We still ran the ball pretty well on them. So that's just our focus there.
And then you guys, obviously suffered the tragic loss of a friend and teammate.
Yeah.
And then the tough loss last week. How big is it to get this win here at the end of the regular season going into the playoffs?
Yeah, a lot of us boys, we played with him for about 10 years, so it was really just for him. So.
All right, so it's 8-2, finish up the regular season. What's the thoughts going into the postseason starting next week?
We're going to figure out who we got tomorrow morning, and we're going to go at them with all we got. It's the first time we've been 8-2 since he said 2015, and we've never won a playoff game. So we're excited to get after that one.
And then lastly, what do you take from your career here at Field now, being your last regular season game in uniform?
I think us boys that about 7 of us that's went since Pee Wee, and I mean, I want to change it for the world. It's the best ever.
All right, I appreciate it. Congratulations and best of luck in the playoffs.
Thank you.
All right, here with Field coach Matt Furino after their 6-3 win here in Ravenna. Coach, it was a defensive battle. Just talk about the defensive performance tonight.
I think Coach Harris, my defensive coordinator, and his staff I should probably buy them dinner for the next 3 weeks because the offense just couldn't get anything going. When we did, we had setbacks. So I mean, it wasn't like we couldn't move the ball. It was that there's no play for 3rd and 29. There's no play for 3rd and 15. We had some setbacks and some miscues, but I don't know how many times they were in the red zone and our defense stood up and stopped them. So very, very proud of the defense. And a lot of those guys are the same kids. So, they just stepped up on defense and they just refused to let Ravenna score. And Ravenna played great. I mean, they would, man, oh man. I feel bad that they have to go home with a loss. They got to go back with a loss because they played great. Their coach put together a great plan against us. They did great. I told the kids, I said, people say I'd rather play good and lose. That's people who don't want to win. We didn't play all that well, but to go 8-2 after the last 2 years only winning 4 games, this senior class has changed the program. We had a great JV season this year. We got an 8th grade team that went undefeated, a 7th grade team that won a lot of games. Field's back. Like we're back to where we used to be. I feel really good about the strength of the program moving on.
The Drexel again was the workhorse for you guys tonight, as he always is. 151 yards. He had the big touchdown. Was able to run the clock out there at the end. Just talk about his performance in his career at Field these 4 years.
It's been great. I mean, he started as a freshman. I think he had like 800 and some yards as a freshman. He had like 1,100 as a sophomore, 12 or 1,300 last year. I think he's got 1,400 or 1,500 this year. He's a great kid. He works hard. Appreciates the other kids on the team. Tonight, he came up actually. I think maybe his best play was on defense. They were putting it on us a little bit there, and then he broke through and had just enough gas in the tank to tackle their kid from behind. And that kid's a heck of an athlete. If he doesn't make that tackle, who knows? He might have went around the corner, might have scored, might have got a first down. Could have been different, but that was a good one. And then, at the end of the game, to have a workhorse like that, it's nice. You just can't have penalties.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You can get 3 or 4 yards every time you run it, but then you get a penalty, and now 3 or 4 yards doesn't really matter. So, but again, got the victory, 8-2. Couldn't be more proud of the kids. Hats off to Ravenna.
I talked to Drexel about obviously the rough patches you guys have had the last couple of weeks with the loss of a teammate and then the tough loss to Streetsboro last week. How big was it for you guys to get a big win here tonight? Last game of the regular season, now heading into the postseason.
It was huge. This has been just a terrible year because of that. When everybody that plays football knows how close a family it is, and to lose a senior that played with you all the way through from the 3rd grade, that isn't something that you just move on from.
And then finally, heading into the postseason now next week, what are your thoughts going in there?
Well, we'll see who we play. Looks like Northwest. They're a lot like this. They're going to spread us out. They're going to have an athletic quarterback and kids that can catch. John DeMarco's a good friend of mine. He's a great coach. It's going to be a battle. I'm hoping that our defense comes to play like it did this time, and I hope our offense can just keep the penalties to a minimum and play good football, and it should be a good game. We haven't won a playoff game yet. We've been close a couple times, but I'm hoping that this senior class can go out with not only being 8-2, but being the first class to win a playoff game. As soon as you win one, it's like the 4-minute mile. As soon as somebody breaks it, then everybody's breaking it. So as soon as we can get past that, and I hope it's this year, this group really deserves it.
All right, congrats on the win. Best of luck in the postseason, and a pleasure once again covering you guys.
Thanks. Appreciate it.